She was on her phone, barely acknowledging me, acting like I was just another obstacle between her and her precious conversation. And then I caught her slipping in a handful of Canadian coins into her payment. What she didn't know is, today, I was not in the mood to let that slide. If you've ever wanted to give someone a taste of their own medicine, you're going to love this story. Tap that like button, hit subscribe, and stick around, because this is one of the pettiest and most satisfying revenge moments I've ever pulled off. This was about 15 years ago, when I was still working in retail at a popular bookstore chain in a very upscale neighborhood in the U.S., the kind of place where you'd think customers would be polite and refined, but trust me, some of the rudest people I ever met walked through those doors. One day, this woman approaches the counter. She's clearly in a hurry, not because she actually is in a hurry, but because she's deeply involved in a phone conversation. She's not even making eye contact with me. I might as well have been a self-checkout machine. I try to do my job, ask her questions about her purchase, clarify prices, but every time I speak, she gives me this subtle head tilt and annoyed sigh, as if I'm interrupting something important. The disrespect was thick enough to cut with a knife. While I'm ringing her up, I overhear her saying to the phone, I still have so many coins left over from my trip to Canada. I'm just trying to get rid of them. I glance down at her hand, and sure enough, she's picking through her change, deliberately separating out Canadian coins. She's not just slipping one in by accident. She's specifically choosing them to hand to me. Now, I'll admit, normally if a few Canadian coins ended up in my till, I wouldn't make a fuss. It happens. But the fact that she was intentionally unloading them on purpose while being downright rude to me made my blood boil. I had a choice: ignore it and move on, or teach her a tiny but unforgettable lesson in manners. I chose the second option. I stopped counting the coins midway, looked her dead in the eye for the first time, and said in my most polite retail voice, "Sorry, ma'am, I can't take these. They aren't U.S. tender." Her head snapped toward me like I had just told her the store was on fire. What? Who cares? Canadian money is all over, and it doesn't matter. They look similar. I kept my smile, my voice steady. Sorry, that's policy. I can't accept foreign money. She rolled her eyes so hard I thought they might fall out. Then, with exaggerated frustration, she fished through her wallet to replace every Canadian coin with proper U.S. currency, all while muttering under her breath about how ridiculous I was being. Finally, she slammed the correct change onto the counter, grabbed her bag without a thank you, and stormed off, phone still glued to her ear. Did I ruin her day? Probably not. But did I make her life just inconvenient enough to remember that basic manners still exist? Oh yes. And that was all the victory I needed. Sometimes it's not about grand, life-changing revenge. Sometimes the tiniest inconvenience is enough to balance the scales. And for me, that day, it was the sweetest little win. If this story gave you even a little satisfaction, smash that like button. And tell me in the comments, what's the pettiest revenge you've ever pulled off? And of course, subscribe for more stories just like this one.